And we are back. Power Rankings, Week 11 edition. Starting out at number 32, going down a spot, we have the Carolina Panthers. This team just has not looked good. They ended up losing 16-13 to the Bears on Thursday night. This team just has not looked good at all. And I would not be surprised if come the end of the season, they fire Frank Reich. At number 31, we have the Giants. They're also going to be going down a spot. Same with this team. 49-17. You have lost to the Cowboys with a combined total of 89-17 this season. It is not good if you're a Giants fan. You guys had this high expectations that you were going to do good this year, considering how well you did last year compared to expectations. And now this. If you're the Giants, I honestly would not be surprised if you maybe tried to move on from Daniel Jones after this season. At number 30, we have the Cardinals going up 2 spots. They get a 25-23 win. I knew they had it in them. I knew Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. I'm very happy to see him back. He's one of my favorite players in the league. And am I happy to see him doing well again. Number 29 is the Bears. They're going to be staying the same. You beat the Panthers by a field goal. So, legit, that's not saying anything. Granted, Tyson Bagent has more wins this season than Justin Fields, so that's an interesting stat line. Don't be surprised, though, if the Bears end up making moves. I know the Bears currently have, I want to say it's 1-4, or no, 1-5 with the draft picks so far. So they're in a great spot with picking wise. They got a good quarterback, and they have the opportunity to get a good player, whether it's corner, wide receiver, whatever they feel. At number 28, we have the Patriots. They're saying the same. Oh boy, 10-6. I'm so sorry, Germany, for that horrible game that you guys had to witness as one of the games you got this year. I mean, that was bad. There's legit nothing to say. I'm speechless about that game. There is nothing to say about either of those teams. Number 27, we have the Rams going down a spot. They ended up being on the bye week, but I'm just dropping them because I have a team jumping up ahead of them. Number 26, we had the Packers going down 2 spots. Another game Green Bay loses. This one was honestly, I thought was going to be different because they managed to score 2 touchdowns in the first half. I really thought this game was going to be different for them. It just wasn't. I thought that win last week was going to spark some momentum, and it just didn't. But Green Bay honestly played a very solid first half. I'm a bit upset that they weren't able to pull through, but it is what it is. 25, we have the Titans going down 5 spots. Now, the Titans, I actually don't have any correlation on what game they played this week. Oh, they played the Buccaneers and lost 20-6. Yeah. They put up 6 points. That's not good. That you just can't do that. What are you, the Patriots? 24, we have the Jets are going to be going down a spot. I mean, another bad game. Let's quickly look at the games we had for prime time. So we have the Panthers-Bears, which is horrible. I count the Colts-Patriots as a prime game because that's what I consider prime games for the only game going on at that time. That was a bad game. We have the Jets-Raiders, which was also very bad, 16-12. And we had the Broncos-Bills, and that was a pretty good game. So Jets, I mean, you're 4-6. you are right there for a playoff spot, considering the 7th seed in the AFC is currently 5-4. So the AFC is loaded. So you really got to get to work. You cannot afford to be taking these losses with how high powered the AFC is. The Broncos are going to be 23, going up 2 spots. This is very interesting. The Broncos, I didn't think were going to do very well. I expected Russ to have a bounce back year, but I did not expect them to do nearly as well as they did, especially with how they started. And now they are 4-5, right outside the playoffs. I mean, this team is putting a lot of fight towards their games now, and I'm really starting to appreciate watching them. And I was like, oh, maybe they're fluking. They haven't beat many good teams, but they just beat the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. So that is a monumental win, and boy, am I excited to see what this Broncos team can do, because they realistically can only get better, assuming nothing bad happens like an injury or anything. 22, we have the Raiders going up 5 spots. This is the team jumping the Rams, in case you're curious. Yeah, they are just like continuing to win. They are now 5-5. It still sucks because they have not been a good team in a while, but here they are keeping it afloat. They are right now half a game out of the playoffs, and it's crazy to think that, especially now that they have an interim head coach. That is like actually amazing for them. I'm excited to see what this team can do because I'm really rooting for them. They're the underdogs. Who doesn't like a good underdog story? 21, we have the Commanders. They're going to be 4-6, staying the same. Yeah, they lost, 29-26 or something to the Seahawks. Lost to a game-winning field goal. The Commanders played that game very well. That was a very, fun game to watch. That was one of the games I had on Sunday Ticket. And it was a very interesting game because it was a close game. And I feel like a lot of those 1 o'clock games were very close. And that game was no different. Entering the top 20 now, we had the Buccaneers going up 2 spots. They finally get their win. They started out 3-1, lost 4 straight. Now they finally get back in the win column. They're sitting a pretty half a game out of the division, or 1 game. I could be wrong. And ultimately, I feel like that's what they're going to need in order to make the playoffs, because I really like the 17 playoff format in the NFC right now. I feel like this would be a very entertaining playoff format with the 7 teams who are currently in it. The only thing I could maybe see changing that I would be interested in is maybe adding the Falcons, but because how mysterious they are. But yeah, that's about it. I think this is a team who's just going to barely miss out on the playoffs, team number 8. And it's going to come down to the division because ultimately I don't see the Vikings like really leaving that 7th seed. I see them sticking there the whole time. Number 19, we have the Falcons. They're going to be going down a spot. They lost another game, and I'm starting to lose more and more confidence. The only excuse they had was Taylor Heinicke did get injured while also Kyler Murray returned. But come on, Falcons. You were supposed to compete with the Saints for that division. Now you're kind of falling behind. That's not a good look. You gotta turn it around because you have no way of knowing this, but I'm wearing a Falcon shirt right now. I'm rooting for the Falcons. I think they'd be a very fun team to watch come playoff time. Come on, man. Number 18, we have the Saints. They're gonna be going up a spot. They end up losing, but that's fine because they still move up. They kept it close towards the end. They had to play 2 quarterbacks. But at the same time, this Vikings team now is just keep going. They have done a very good job. They have won 5 in a row? And I am starting to get worried. But for the Saints, you guys should be fine because of the division you're in. Number 17, we have the Colts. They're going to be staying the same. You won 10-6. There is nothing to talk about with that game. At number 16, we had the Vikings staying the same. I didn't get to watch a lot of this game because it just wasn't really a Sunday ticket option. It was, but like it wasn't with any of the like multiple games. Like the 4 games, there was only one of them, and that was not there. So it does suck, but that was a great game. I saw it was 27-19 or whatever. I mean, and the Vikings are just winning over and over, and you gotta wonder if this team keeps doing this, are they potentially like the dark horse to win the Super Bowl? Because obviously, no one thought they were going to be good this year. People had them finishing right around the Bears and the Packers with the same record, while the Lions just dominated the division. But here they are, staying alive in that division race. Number 15, we have the Steelers going down a spot. This is the same thing as the Vikings. This is a team who you don't think is going to win, and yet they go out and they win for no reason. They still have not like outperformed the team they've played against in any of the games they have played this year. Yet they are 6-3, and they are sitting pretty at the 5 seed. How are they doing it? I have no idea, but it's a fun sight to watch. 14, we have the Bills. They're going to be going down 2 spots. It's the Bills, man. I can't lose confidence in them. They legit, as I'm recording this, just fired Ken Dorsey, their offensive coordinator. So that's, a big up for the Bills, considering, I feel like they've been the reason they've been sucking. But, I mean, this is all on, like, Josh Allen as well. This is a guy who has been consistently argued a top 3 quarterback, and he has not looked the part this season, leading the league in interceptions currently. He's got to, like, turn something around. He has more interceptions than games played right now. Come on, Bills. I'm losing hope in you guys, and that's not a good thing considering how high-powered of a team you are. Number 13, we have the Texans going up 2 spots. They pulled off the dang upset against the Bengals, and boy, was that a fun game to watch. What was it, 30-27, 27-24? Game-winning field goal for Matt Amendola, who's been on the team for less than a week. That was, like, at the time, I should say, that was, a very fun game to watch. That was a game I got to see a lot of, considering my family's a Bengals fan. And I'm just kind of always been rooting for the Texans once they started winning. I mean, it's so hard to not like DeMeco Ryans as a rookie head coach with a rookie quarterback who's currently, like, making a case for MVP. They just are such a likable team, and I don't know how anyone, like, besides, like, a Titans, Jaguars, Colts fan could hate them. Number 12, we have the Chargers going to be going down a spot. I mean, the Chargers have just been very unlucky with the opponents they have played. They have played such good teams, and they have kept it close with a lot of them. I mean, you look, Cowboys, they lost by a field goal. Chiefs, they stayed in it till the end. Lions, they lost by a field goal. Those 3 teams right there have a combined record of 21-7. It's so unfortunate for the Chargers of how tough of a schedule they've had so far, but they are keeping alive and, racing for a playoff spot. And like I said, it's very hard to hate on the Chargers. The only person you can really hate on that team is Brandon Staley, so it makes sense why they aren't doing well. Number 11, we have the Bengals are going to be going down 3 spots. They barely lose to the Texans. They came from behind. They weren't able to win, but they did give the Texans a good run for their money towards the end, and it was a fun game to watch. My only concern going forward is how this team is going to play, because they have a decently tough stretch. I know you got the Ravens on Thursday night. The Ravens, obviously a top team. We'll get to them shortly. I mean, come on, Bengals. You're like a team that everyone's kind of rooting for just to get that one Super Bowl. And it sucks that you have such a tough way to go to get to it. Number 10, we have the Hawks. They're going to be going up 3 spots. The Seahawks, if you don't know. They ended up winning a very close one against the Commanders. After getting destroyed, they bounced back, and I'm a big fan of this team. I'm really rooting for them. I feel like they have what it takes to go the distance. It's just a matter of who they play. It does suck because they have to go for the 49ers and the Lions and the Eagles to get there, and the Cowboys. But if they I feel like have a chance if they get the right cards. Number 9, we have the Jaguars going down 6 spots. 34-3. Oh my gosh, I knew you guys were going to lose. I did not expect it to be that bad. You guys were ranked as my number 3 team, and you go out and put 3 points on a contender? You're asking to be dropped so far. Come on, Jaguars, I believe in you. Like I said, I'm rooting for you. I don't think you guys have a Super Bowl either. And you guys have one of my favorite players in the league, Travis Etienne. I literally have his autographed jersey hanging on my wall. At number 8, we have the Browns. They're going to be going up 2 spots. They pull off the upset come-from-behind win over the Ravens. Deshaun Watson looked very bad and then went perfect in the second half. This Browns team is going to be scary, and if they're able to beat the Steelers, they will be competing for that 1 seed. At number 7, we have the Dolphins. They're going to be going nowhere. They stay the same. They had a bye week. Number 6, we have the 49ers. We just talked about they destroyed the crap out of the Jaguars. They looked like the old 49ers, and sucks that Christian McCaffrey didn't get the touchdown, but I think they have a chance to go all the way this year. Number 5, Ravens. They're going to be going nowhere. They stay the same. It sucks that you folded. You were right there. You choked. That's all there is to say. I still have a lot of confidence in you guys, so don't worry. At number 4, we have the Lions. They went out and beat the Chargers in amazing game, amazing fashion. This is why I believe the Lions are going to contend. Number 3, we have the Cowboys. They blew out the Giants again, up 2 spots. Stop putting the Cowboys-Giants on like prime games. Game of the week. No one cares. Don't do it again. Then number 2 and number 1, they're staying the same. Chiefs, Eagles, they had a bye week. Hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I'll see you guys next time with predictions. Goodbye, and hope you enjoyed.